We were talking about it earlier. Deborah was even saying, I mean, back when she was doing these, they were always on time. I mean, they always wrapped up by 10 o'clock. Like, it's only been in recent years that. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Jacob, good to see you. Well, it is Tuesday night. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying hydrated and cool on these excessive hot days. No worries. I do it all the time. Good evening, Bill Taylor here, Ken's 5 Digital Center. It is Tuesday night, and I wish you nothing but blessings to you and yours. Hope it's a wonderful Tuesday night after what was a very hot afternoon. Very hot afternoon. As a matter of fact, let me just start right with these afternoon highs that we claimed today. There's the good news, too, that we'll talk about tonight. Some rain chances, because they've got some rain in the area, at least average, over the next couple of weeks. Look at these numbers today. 105 here in the city, 107s for Pleasanton, Cotulla, New Braunfels, 108s at Carrizo Springs, Del Rio. Man, I mean some serious heat. And the thing was, the heat index, because once we were driving that temperature up, dew point was coming down to about 58 or 59, so the heat index was only a degree or two higher than the air temperature. I remember at 5 o'clock, I think it was, air temperature 104 and heat index 104, 105. I mean, it was just right there at the same. Thank goodness. I mean, if we're hitting 104 or 105, have a dew point pushing towards 70 or at 70 itself. Now we're talking about, you know, some serious, like 112, 113. So Victoria, good news. We do have a chance. We do have a chance. Oh, thank you for that. Appreciate you. Just took a power nap on a park bench, made 7:30 and change. That's a good one. I like it. I like it. Ribs and homemade chicken and beef rice and beans. Oh, man. Good for you, Jacob. Always cooking it up. Marcos, did you get the glider pics? Oh, I'll have to check. I didn't check my email before coming on here, so thank you very much for sending. I'm assuming from Uvalde, and that's what we're going to be doing is hopefully showing some of that and covering some of that before that's over. Hey, Lise. Rich now, what does that mean? I don't know. All right, let me show you where we are compared to with a 105. Did we get the record high for today? And the short answer, no, but awfully close. 2 degrees away. This is an old record, 1909. We hit 107. 96 is where we should be stopping. But it's going to be a minute before we get back to average. In fact, next couple of days, the high is expected to flex a little bit more tomorrow and get hotter than we were today. Today's 105, Wednesday 107, beating the record of last year's 105. Then I'm going with 103 for Thursday, tying a 1948 record. And then a few degrees shy by 4s. We want to go exact on Friday's 100 from a 2009 record of 104. Yeah, from Uvalde. Thank you, Marcos. Gabriella, love you too. Good to see you. Harlandale bus drivers, number 76, number 60, and number 70. 70, 60, and 76. God bless y'all. You've got some precious cargo. I'm so glad that you've joined the ranks of bus drivers. I know we are in need. North side, northeast side, we need some bus drivers. Y'all go to those websites if you have the time and the patience and the wherewithal to bus our students to their education. I know they are in need. Yeah, Lisa, electric bills. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we were talking about today, make sure your fans, your ceiling fans are counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. Not going to, make a huge difference, but it will make a difference. Winter is clockwise, summer counterclockwise, so you get a better breeze. So today's 105, by the way. That's going to now make it 24 triple-digit days for the year. Not that we're going to try to chase down that last year record of 75, but the average, we're above that. The average last day is in 6 days. But I'm afraid we will go, as I'll show you in the 14-day forecast, we're probably going to reach 30. I mean, I would think that. Now, 30, let's see if that's getting close to the top 5 on triple digits. 41 is the 5th spot. So I don't think we'll scare the top 5, but possibly the top 10. All this heat, I really want to remind you about Project Cool. Please bring a brand new box fan to any San Antonio fire station. Help keep San Antonio's own cool this summer. You can donate online. You can give us some money, and we can get it to Catholic Charities. They will buy the fans. Kens5.com/KensCares. You can also swing by the Guadalupe Community Center, Cesar Chavez Boulevard, right across from Lanier High School. Drop a fan off. That's also a pickup point for fans. If you're over the age of 55, if you have someone in your family, or if you are with a disability, you get a fan. So swing on by, and you can call 211 with any questions. That's the United Way helpline. And make sure you're checking on your elderly, your neighbors, anyone who lives alone. Just make sure they're okay and staying cool. Here's the excessive heat warning. This is going to go through Wednesday, 9 p.m., okay? And you can see that it's been moved farther south. They added counties to the south and southeast all the way to the coast on the excessive heat warning. The Texas Hill Country stays in the advisory, again, in effect tomorrow. So take a look at these heat indices we're expecting come Wednesday. 109 in the city is going to be possible. 111 Cotulla. Wow. And then look at this. Thursday, 111 here in the city. 113 Cotulla, 112 New Braunfels. So please make sure you're hydrating. So important to give you, again, the heat-related symptoms. Sweating stops. Well, now you've moved from heat exhaustion to heat stroke. Faint and dizziness is accompanied with a blinding headache. From heat exhaustion to heat stroke. You start running a body temp of at least 102, 103. Heat stroke. That's 911. That's not time to take a break. It's time to call an ambulance. That's an emergency situation. So again, the heat exhaustion, this is time to get in the shade at the very least, but better to get inside and into some AC. Want to remind you too about our pets. Don't forget to make sure there's water out. Even if it's extra water you don't have, if you have some neighborhood animals that are roaming, just put some cold water out there. I mean, they desperately need to hydrate as well. So because of the heat, I'm showing you on the heat indices tomorrow as well as on Thursday. We've got weather impact alert days tomorrow and Thursday with heat indices ranging between 107 and 114 in the city and metro. Make sure you're limiting your time outside. Loose-fitting, light-colored clothing if you're going to be out there. And here's the thing. Kids are going to be out there. Many schools are still having recess outside. So make sure, because kids never hydrate, right? We've got to make sure they're drinking water. I can't tell you how many times at a career day, and I'll be talking about water and how the surface of the earth is more than 70% water, how our bodies are nearly 70% water. It's close to the same designer. And so when I talk about that, I ask, how many of you get headaches? And every time I ask that question, at least 90% of that class has their hand in the air. Now, maybe they're, usually second, third grade, maybe sometimes fifth, always elementary. Maybe they're just playing along because they don't want to be the one without their hand up, right? But as I watch and I'm looking at their faces, I mean, I think they're genuine. And I tell them that it's dehydration. That's why you're getting headaches. You're not drinking enough water. And, it's not always going to be Gatorade, Powerades. Those have a lot of sugar. You've got to be drinking the water, okay? Lise has to dust them if I change clockwise. Oh, I know. Right. That's, a little bit of work's going to come with that. I got you. That's good. Ivana, got in my car. 122? Wow. Yeah, so that's always like, remember, those thermometers are in the sun. That's basically why car thermometers are always a lot higher and not really too reliable. But they're still thermometers. I mean, it's measuring that temp. So that means that temp is found somewhere. It could be the glass, it could be on the vehicle itself, whatever. But it is being registered. Remember, let me show you the car temp ratios. It's alarming how fast cars heat up. We've showed you this, and we can't show you enough. When it's, again, we hit 105 today. So if it's 105, in 10 minutes, the inside of a vehicle is 125. In 30 minutes, 140 degrees. I'm using this tonight. Definitely. That is wow. Wow, right? Tropics are quiet, by the way. I just saw a graphic there about the tropics, just as a reminder that we are quiet. So let's talk about rain. I talked about slim rain chances. Let's go. So most of the models don't think we're going to see much, okay? In fact, look at this. 7-day rain forecast shows you one pocket of 1/10 of an inch, northwest Bexar County, a smidge of Medina and Bandera counties, with maybe up to 1/4 of an inch way east. Gonzales to Cuero to Victoria, where we've got some spots of 1/2 inch. Rock Springs, a little spot. Northwest Edwards County for 1/2 inch. I mean, not much at all. But here's the optimistic model, okay? The HRRR, reliable model. It's not that it's one that's, way out there all the time. But look at that. The I-35 corridor come 4 p.m., and we've got some pretty healthy downpours, right? And then we get into 6 p.m., and we move to South Bexar County with some heavy rain. Divine, a couple of isolated thunderstorms. Now, with this kind of heat, and in the afternoon, especially tomorrow, as the surface dries out, the dew point drops, sometimes a lot of that rain that falls will evaporate before it reaches the surface. It's called virga. We'll see it on the radar, but it'll evaporate before it reaches us. That could happen tomorrow. This is one of those kind of setups. Let's go to another opinion, another model forecast that we like to use, which is the IBM, and see if it lines up, if we get any consensus. Here comes 4 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, a couple of lot less, you can see, but it's Fredericksburg to Kerrville and not making it to San Antonio. To be honest, I'm going to kind of lean this way. It's depending on what I see on the NAM. Let's get a third opinion and see if we split the difference with this. 3-kilometer resolution. Getting into tomorrow. Oh, wow, very similar. Oh, there's a pretty good. So it kind of splits the difference, doesn't it, the NAM? I think I'm going to go with it. I like the NAM. Oh, there's another little impulse. There's Thursday, yeah. So, and that's what we're thinking. 10 to 20% chance covers it. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about going up to 20 on Wednesday anyway. That's now happening. So there we have it. It's just that easy. I use a meat thermometer in my car. Is that why we get headaches? Yeah, a lot of times dehydration. Absolutely. Lupe, just want to say thanks. All the info you provide. Oh, I appreciate you. My grandson just went back to Somerset Collegiate. Oh, awesome. It's hot during the breaks. Oh, I know it. Yes, Lupe, you're welcome. Excellent. Yes, Grace. Very, very. Hi, Lily. Thank you. Very, very slight, that is. Come tomorrow as well as Thursday. Speaking of tomorrow, quick shout out to our Bernie baseball team. The Little Leaguers take to the diamond at 2 p.m. Texas time. And they are playing in the U.S. semifinals. If they win tomorrow, they go to the U.S. championship game on Saturday. Here's the really cool part. If they win tomorrow, I'm going to Williamsport. They asked me, they tapped me for coverage of the Little League World Series. I'm so pumped. Here's what's really cool. I was in Williamsport when I was this age. I didn't get there on a team that played in the Little League World Series, but I played on that field, Lamati Field. I played, there's several fields. It's an incredible complex, and they've got cabins. They have a summer baseball camp, and I was a big baseball player when I was a kid in New Jersey, and I went to a 2-week baseball camp at Williamsport. So it's kind of a reunion. That was back in 80, 79. And so, yeah, if they win tomorrow and get to the U.S. Championship game, I'm going with a photographer to do the coverage. We're thinking outside the box here, sending the weatherman, yes, but, you know, look at this weather, though. Oh, my gosh. I mean, I'm packing long sleeves. I mean, it's high tomorrow, 70 to 75 in Williamsport, Pennsylvania tomorrow. I mean, it's like almost winter. I almost find this hard to believe. But, yeah, really, really cool weather, okay? And so our Bernie boys, let's get it, guys. Best of luck. God bless you. On the river for the 14-day forecast. Next 2 days, far from highs like they're going to have in Pennsylvania, right? 107 tomorrow, 103 Thursday. So both days, weather impact alerts will drop the weather impact alert for Friday, reaching 100. Temperatures will even drop into the upper 90s for the weekend. Now the rain chance, again, 20% Wednesday, Thursday. They'll return Monday, Tuesday. So no chance of rain over the weekend, but notice that once we get to the 90s, we might stay there for several days. This is a real good sign that we get a little break from the triple-digit heat, go into some seasonal numbers all the way through next Friday, the 30th. Those are the final Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays of August, and they're all holding rain chances. 20 to 30% is the highest we'll get, highest being Tuesday, Wednesday. And then once we get to the final day of August, first day of September, boom, right back to the triple digits. And that's why I say, let's not write off, you know, the 26th being, that's the average last triple digit day, but we will return to some triple digits. So we'll see. Let's go fall, Nicole. Let's go fall, right? Yeah, Sal, I'll tell you what. I will take this heat over the cold. I'll be honest with you. I know that some might call me crazy. I really will. I'd rather it be hot than cold.
You're crazy.
I'm crazy. But yeah, I don't miss the cold. I grew up there. Now that I've gotten older, cold kind of hurts. All right.
Foul.
There it is, foul. I'm being flagged. Good night, Golnar. Thanks for watching. And that's going to wrap things up for me as well. Our Ken's 5 news at 10 won't be at 10. In fact, that's 20 minutes from now. We're awaiting the end to the Democratic National Convention from Chicago. Once that wraps up, then we will be live with our Ken's 5 news. Now, we were trying to do some math. It's hard to guesstimate, but I think we could be on a lot sooner than last night. We didn't get on until 11:30 last night. I think tonight, about 10:30 is what we're doing a little math and hearing that former President Barack Obama's speech is coming. And so hopefully we'll be on. We'll definitely be on before 11:30, but hopefully not too late. Good night, Lupe. Thank you so much. You too. Good night, Barbara. Grace is digging the cold and missing the cold. If it rains tomorrow, that means gliders will drop out of the sky. Uh-oh. Marcos, I don't expect much. I mean, it would be a shower or two, but please be safe out there. I think I mentioned this when we spoke. My Uncle Bill had a glider for years. He took me up in it when I was like 10 or 11, about the same age as when I went to baseball camp. All right, guys. Love you. God bless you. And we'll see you on Ken's 5 News.